Hi fellas, today we are in the farmers. Can you tell us more about this because I'm new to this?
This is a Punjabi American Growers Group. I think they call it a Kisan Mela, and it's essentially, to our understanding, it's a day to get together and talk about the different programs that are available, positions that they need to kind of group together as growers to get their voices heard and to understand the legislation and different practices that are coming down the line to become a little bit more efficient in farming. We're involved because we're equipment manufacturers and we sell to the farming community.
You guys sell this machine?
Yes, so we sell
all these machines?
Yes, so this is Garden Tractor. We're a family-owned business. We've been around since the early 50s of 1950, so it's about a 75-year business. They have 12 locations throughout the valley. We are the Fresno and Madera stores, and we're very excited to be here and to bring the equipment and show that. We can go over the equipment if you'd like. If you want to talk about this.
After this video, I will go through it. And how much you guys zero down?
I'm sorry?
Zero down, I can.
Oh, financing programs. Yes, we have financing programs on all of the equipment. So different machines carry different programs. We have zero money down, 0% interest for 60 months, 72 months. Depends on the piece of equipment and also to how many you're buying, what kind of programs that we tie together to put the program together.
Okay, I got you. So you guys sell these things. These things are not expensive.
They are. They can be. This is about a $110,000 tractor.
Oh,
this is about a $100,000 field forklift. But once again, once you start applying programs and potentially they have a trade-in and different things like that, and we're very committed to the Punjabi American Growers Group and marketing to them and making the equipment available. So we're very aggressively promoting the equipment into that space.
Okay, let's take a closer look to all your equipments and about their prices.
Sure. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. So this is
a New Holland. New
Holland.
Holland rough terrain forklift. So it's field forklift if you wanted to look at it like that. This is a 5,000 pound lifting capacity. So F50C.
F50C.
Okay, so four-wheel drive.
This is to pick dirt or the animals?
This is for picking whatever you would need a forklift for. We have a bin clamp right here, so citrus, if you were doing
just to remove anything from the pallets.
Yeah, pallets, palletized. But in the field, this is a really nice feature. So you can stack up 4 bins, clamp it, you can load it onto trucks, take it off trucks. So when you're moving through the field, there are some nice features with this forklift. They have a feature called load control. So if you hit a bump with this thing, the forks in the field, it's not a jolt, they have shocks. So they kind of go down and come up.
Let's see, what is that?
This is a New Holland tractor. This is a T5 series 120, so 120 horsepower tractor. It's low profile. It's set up to be ran in an orchard.
It's no dust proof, huh?
Yeah, the cab's for spraying and for just a better environment, safer for your workers in the field. Low profile, 4-wheel drive.
Engine power?
120 horsepower.
120, less than tractor.
Now this is an all-electric, 100% electric, no motor.
What speed?
30 miles an hour.
30 miles. Oh.
4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive. Let me show you something that's neat. Go to this side right here.
Okay.
When you open that,
Completely out, eh? That's it. So there's the battery.
Oh, battery.
No engine, just the battery.
So one charge can go up to 4 days, 3 days?
No, one charge can go 30 miles at high speed, but if you run in low speed, you can probably do 50 miles.
50
It
miles?
depends on how fast you're on the throttle and off the throttle.
Yeah, this is very nice thing.
Yeah, it's very nice. And this is all qualifies for the Air Board. So the California Air Resources Board has a program that if you have a small gas engine driven vehicle and you want to swap this out, they'll subsidize the purchase price. So they'll give you $13,500 towards the purchase price of one of these.
Okay, how much is the price for that?
This is about, they range from 18 to 22,
22.
depending on how you
Oh, yeah.
configure them.
Okay.
So they're giving you a very substantial amount of money for one of these. And any one of the garden stores can
Yeah, this
put
is
that
very
program
nice thing.
together for whoever would be interested in it.
You can make the kids toy with that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, let's see what you have over there. So this is your company, Greater.
Yes, it's a garden tractor.
You sell all the equipment with
Everything. So we sell all the attachments, spray rigs, discs, everything.
Disc.
Parts, sales, service. We can service in the field. We do it all.
this. So what is this make and model?
This is a New Holland.
New Holland.
New Holland.
Okay.
All of the product that we sell, we're a New Holland dealer.
New Holland.
That's the
It's a
name.
Ford.
Ford. Well, it's
Ford.
New Holland, but
New
it
Holland.
started
They-
out as a Ford and then New Holland.
They changed the name.
They did when they bought them.
Oh, when they won. But in India, still the Ford.
They're-
Very
they-
sell. Good it seller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
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 In the
As a matter
so-
of fact, we have tractors that on the New Holland line that come from India. We have the Workmaster series tractors. They're still made in India.
Oh.
We have backhoes, a couple backhoes in the New Holland construction line that come from India as well.
Okay. Okay, sir. Nice to meet
It was
you.
a very pleasure meeting you.
What is
Thank
your
you.
name?
My name is Mike Hurtado.
Mike
Garden
Turner.
Tractor.
Okay, you are welcome in my channel,
Okay.
and you can search my channel, Sarvada Pala channel.
Thank you.
I can show you right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
You see colleagues who are working with Australian counterparts.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Nanette Simonian.
So welcome to this Kisan Mela. So what you bring here?
I work with Ursol, and Ursol distributes sea salt seaweed. And sea salt root boost is out of Australia. It's a Durvilia species, and it is mixed with a little bit of ascophyllum. And what we do is we promote root growth. We promote top growth. So if you want to come over here, and I'll show you a sample that we have going on.
Yeah.
So here we have sea salt treated on this tomato plant, and you can see the roots really growing as compared to the control. And I mean, it's really growing quite actively here. And you also see here we've got some tomatoes on both plants, but look at the stem, how much thicker and greener it is compared to the control.
So this is a GMO?
No, it's not GMO. It is a biostimulant. But what it does is it helps grow roots. It's a seaweed. It's a natural commodity. It's organic. It is, you can use it conventionally and organic farming.
Okay. So only for tomatoes or everything?
No. All crops.
All crops.
All crops, and we have data that can help out. I'm going to put my card up here in case anybody would like to see my card. You can contact me, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have.
So you from Australia?
No, I am not. The product is from Australia. I'm actually born and raised in Fresno.
Are you okay? So you go to Australia?
I went to Australia,
So
and
you bring that stuff?
my boss here, Caroline, was the one that actually went to Australia.
Oh, you went to Australia.
Went to Australia. We helped develop some almond orchards there.
But did they let you bring the seeds? Because California is like they don't let you bring any country seeds.
You have no seeds, but you have to get it all registered and make sure that you're legitimate, and then we import it in.
Okay, that's nice. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you also.
So you guys have a shop here?
We have,
Yes.
we are out of Fresno area. So yes, we warehouse the product up in American Warehouse here in Fresno, and I operate out of Fowler, California, and I cross paths with all kinds of distributors and growers and PCAs and consultants that I help with pull through the product.
Okay, so you will sell the seeds.
No, it's not seed, it's seaweed.
Seaweed.
It's seaweed.
You have the packing here?
Do I have the what?
Packing.
No, we do that all in Australia.
Oh, okay.
We do some repackaging here, but we do everything is in Australia and then brought
How
here.
much it will cost?
It's going to cost the grower in totes probably about $29.50 per gallon, and in 2.5s you're looking about $32.
And how much per acre?
2 quarts per acre.
2 quarts?
2 quarts.
Yeah, not bad. It will give good result.
You got a great result, great yield, great crop. It really helps overall plant health.
And less water.
Less water, yes.
That roots like going like these, like
Right,
this.
right. It does. It does. I have done my own little personal research, and I saw that moisture was being retained in the soil more on the sea salt treated than the conventional. And then when I spoke to sea salt and I told them this, they said, no, we have no tests to show that. Well, it took them 2 years, and they came back to me and they said I was correct, that it does hold soil moisture in the roots.
That's very nice. So your business is good?
Yes.
You guys making good money?
We're good.
Oh, that's
Thank
nice.
you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Alrighty.
Yeah, nice to. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I want to know what you guys bring in this event.
Well, Verdesian Life Science, we're one of those companies that help you enhance what you're already doing. So we don't sell you the nitrogen and phosphorus and potassium. We sell you the things that make the plant take that up better, utilize it, turn it into better fruit, bigger fruit, more fruit. So if you're looking for to increase the nut size in almonds, I've got the products that can do that. You can make the nut meat denser, heavier, and the crackouts better.
So
Crackouts is where you're going to get your money.
so you guys also bring it from Australia?
No, we're all over the world though. We do have a branch in Australia. We're in Europe, Asia.
Like this guy.
Yes, we're actually India is one of our fastest growing areas. We've got an entire department over there with scientists and crop advisors, and I'm online with them all the time on LinkedIn. We're all buddies now.
So how do you bring this, like how do you make it?
We've got a couple of different kinds of technologies. We're looking for biostimulants. We're looking for things that are safe for the plant, that'll go into the plant. So we find things like our amino complex product, polyamine. It's all organic, but can be used conventional as well, but a smaller molecule, so it will actually grow into the plant faster. So it'll correct the problems quicker. We've got another technology called MAC technology, and we bought a new company and developed it, and we got fermentation process there. So we take the stress factors in a plant, the oxygen species, balance it, so when we get all this heat and the plant is suffering, we can balance it back up.
How much it will cost?
All over the board. It really depends on what you want to do. But if they get a good application on, for example, I put an $18 application on alfalfa, I got them 1.5 tons more hay per acre. So at that time it was $600 a ton. So add it up, $700-800 return for an $18 application.
So there are no harm chemicals in this product?
None whatsoever. And that's one of the things we pride ourselves on. We test everything that we do. We continuously go through trials, and then I take over and I do the trials out on the farm. I let the farmer look at it. I'm working with several hundred acres of blueberries right now, and we're having great success. I worked with the Sikh and the Punjabi groups up in Skagit and British Columbia. I enjoyed it a lot, and now I get to do the same thing down here on several acres of blueberries, and it seems to be a huge success. Better quality blueberry, tighter, plumper, and a little bit more sugar.
Okay, nice to meet you.
You too.
You want to tell more about this?
No,
That's
I'm
okay.
good.
Thank you for your time.
Appreciate it.
So this is your Lyra?
That is some of our polymer technology that stabilizes nitrogen and lets it release slowly. This is our newest catalog, and it's got all of the various materials in it.
Okay, I will take your catalog.
Hello.
I have a question. Do you use the fertilizer too, or just
Not the NPK.
Just the information.
We're not a fertilizer company. We have the micronutrients. A lot of our material will have a little bit of nitrogen in there to help the plant along. But typically we add to your nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium program. I will go one step further if you're.
So, last year was again, it was new.
Hi sir, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing well, sir. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Can you explain what is this, sir?
This is Aqua 4D. It's a water treatment, chemical free. We're able to condition the water to mineralize the soils, to move salts, and make fertilizers more efficient. This helps reduce your input costs and also increase your soil's health and your plant.
How much it will cost?
It depends on the gallons per minute. So however many gallons you are irrigating, we will judge the size of the unit that needs to treat the water by how many gallons you are pushing per minute. So it can start from as cheap as 15 gallons per minute for 3,000 all the way up to 100 to 200,000 depending on the size of your pump. And we also have financing, and we also have other options, especially rentals, to start off the projects very easily. Not so. For the 95 gallon per minute, it's about $10,000. Yes, so this will treat the acres that you will be able to push the salts, so you don't have to fertilize as much because the fertilizers will be more available. So the operational costs, it's already in there. By actually adding Aqua 4D the first run, it will be the same, of course, but once you start manipulating your irrigations and your fertilizers, you'll find the savings and the money will be in your pocket.
Okay, and you have a shop in Fresno?
We have our base is out in Visalia, California, and our mother company, Aqua 4D, is in Switzerland.
Oh, Switzerland.
Yes, this is a Swiss tech, so they're very serious about their technology. So we have been utilizing this tech for over 20 years in buildings, animals, and in agricultural programs.
Very nice to meet you.
It's very nice to meet you, and we're looking forward to working with NRCS, USDA, CDFA, and PAGG for many years.
And you have something for home water too?
We are on residential homes as well, and yes, it is a good solution to soften the water without adding more chemicals.
How much is that home one cost?
That would be judged. I would say the smallest one was, I think, our smallest unit is $3,000.
That's a good deal.
It is a good deal, considering you don't have to keep putting more salts in the water to make it soft, which just turns into a bad thing in the end.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, sir, thank you very much. Very nice to meet you.
It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
That's why I said I like you.
Oh, you want to be behind the camera? So you don't like yourself on YouTube?
No.
Okay. You like yourself on YouTube?
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about what this event is?
Honestly, I'm not even too sure. I just came to help with Dr. Riyar. I don't even really know what to.
What do you guys do here then?
Well, right now, so for the Punjabi American Growers Group, we're just having some people sign in. We're giving out some stickers, some notebooks, some pens, and then we're also giving out raffle tickets for the raffles they are doing. Some of the booths donated items. How much in raffles did they say it was?
50,000?
Yeah, it was like a good amount of money for the raffles, but yeah, hoping some people win. I know they're giving out like a big screen TV too, so yeah, good luck to everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good thing.
Yeah.
You're from the radio?
No, I'm from the YouTube channel. I'll give you a good example.
Okay.
You want to see right now?
If
Yeah, I'll see. Yeah.
if you sign in, I can give you a raffle ticket
I'm
too.
gonna sign in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So the Punjabi American Grower Group is about bringing farmers together to be able to help them and give them resources and knowledge. So this event today is just about giving grants out and stuff like that. So hopefully we get a good turnout and we're able to help a few people get the resources that they need.
That's it?
That's it.
Thank you very much.
Here in Punjabi, I should be able to help.
So what you are selling in here?
So today we're selling AquaSpy soil moisture probes.
Soil moisture probe?
Yeah, so we have these 4-foot probes that every 4 inches measure electrical conductivity, soil moisture, and soil temperature.
Okay.
So These probes send out data every 15 minutes to farmers so that they can accurately dose irrigation and they can constantly check up on the health of their plants. And it is incredibly beneficial for saving water and making sure that your plants stay happy and healthy.
It's connected with Bluetooth?
It's connected via the internet. So this is our communication tower here. So it's solar powered and it connects to a bunch of different networks. So kind of solves that rural area problem where farmers don't have a lot of good internet connection. We have access to a lot of different services so that most farmers can connect to the internet and receive the data wherever they are.
How many feet this under the ground?
This is 4 feet.
4 feet?
So yeah, it starts here at this is where the surface will be, and it goes 4 feet down. We also have a six sensor edition that is half the length, and a 3 sensor edition for row crops.
Like how much it will cost?
The first year is typically under $1,000. We have different subscription plans from 12 months to 36 months, and yeah, and it depends on a dealer. What's that?
Like you not sell him all the way.
Oh no, yeah, it's subscription plans. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah, so we try to keep it affordable that way.
So is technology from other country or from USA?
We're from USA. But we are international, so we have probes all over the world. Here, Asia, Africa, Europe, we're everywhere. So,
how do we get your subscription if somebody want to contact you? Like, this is your contact number?
yeah. Oh no, not this. But I can give you this card here. So here's one paper. Up there is the regional sales manager's number. Here's some more information here, and I can get you a business card.
Yeah, I will take when I go home.
For sure, yeah.
Yes, I'm just recording.
Gotcha.
This event right now.
Okay, yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. I'm Cooper.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
So you guys are from air pollution?
Yeah.
So what do you guys do like?
Oh, okay. So we come
You
from.
guys give tickets?
No. So the San Joaquin Valley Air Pollution San Joaquin Valley Air Pollution Control District. A lot of people do call us the Air Board, but we're the Valley Air District.
Yeah, because when we see the air pollution control district, everybody scares because
yeah.
We do some regulation.
Yeah, there's some
regulation. But also we have the grants and incentive side, which is we have a whole bunch of programs available. So either for residents, businesses, and public agencies as well.
Oh, okay. So you're not here selling anything?
No, we're not selling. We're just giving out information.
About-
To the growers. There's some incentives here, and then just other.
So you guys here just let them know, just sell your old equipment. That way, that produce more carbon dioxide, right? They're like old tractors.
Okay. Yeah. We do incentivize them to destroy the old one and purchase a new one, and we'll pay a portion of the new one.
You pay like 50%?
Depends. It could range. The maximum is 80% that we have in our program.
Oh, 80%.
Yeah.
Can you tell more about your programs?
Okay. Yeah, definitely. So for the ag equipment replacement program, which includes tractors, harvesters, sweepers, things of that nature, we actually pay a maximum of 80% to replace that equipment. And in that case, what we want is tier 2 and older engines. And on average, they're going to be around 2006 and older. We can incentivize up to 80% to replace them. And
how can we contact you guys?
yeah, so in order to do that, you definitely you can give us a call here. You can go to our website at any time. Yeah, and so what you'll do there is we want farmers who are involved in agriculture in any way, as well as cattle ranching. So we can replace those individuals there. We can help them incentivize and replace their equipment.
Well, very nice to meet you guys.
Okay, thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
You guys are programmed by government?
We do use some state funding as well, federal funding to do that, yeah.
All right, nice to meet you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, sir, can you tell us more about this program?
Sure. So hello, my name is Dylan. I'm with Bright Sky Renewables, and Bright Sky Renewables is partnering with landowners, farmers, growers to lease ground for solar projects. So smaller solar projects, community solar, typically 20 acres to 100 acres, and we're paying landowners on a 35-year lease typically between $2,000 and $4,000
Per month?
per acre
Per month?
per year. $2,000 to $4,000 per acre per year for 35 years. And these are bigger projects, so typically 50 acres, 100 acres. It's a lot easier than farming. And particularly with Sigma and some water regulation coming, it's a good way to repurpose farmland, create a new revenue stream, and keep your water allocation. So just move water to another section of the farm, but create new revenue streams for solar.
So you will cover all the land with your panels?
Yes, yes, and we.
You can grow anything after that?
No, we don't. We don't do the agrovoltaics. So typically, no both fit together. Typically fenced off. Only solar.
So where do you sell that solar then?
We sell to the utilities. Yes, PG&E, Edison. There are some joint power authorities, community co-ops.
They are in great demand.
So we just sell it to the grid. Yes, and
They help you to buy this equipment?
under certain programs.
The utility help you, pay
Yes.
you to buy the
Yes.
solar panels,
Yes.
everything?
Yes.
Yeah, I
But
heard
we
you.
finance it. So we build. We
I know there's a one big going on in County.
Yeah.
You guys doing that?
We're doing a couple of them. I don't know which one you're
There's one
talking
going
about.
on in County Creek.
I don't know that one. Yeah. But there's a lot of them in the Central Valley, particularly in what they call disadvantaged communities. So most of the Central Valley, from Modesto all the way down to Bakersfield, is in this disadvantaged community. So the power that's generated from the solar, the utility buys that energy, and then they're providing a 25% bill discount to the disadvantaged community, to the community members who subscribe to the solar project. So the benefits kind of go all the way through to local communities. No, we're a private company, and we bring financing and development to solar projects.
So this going on in all the United States or only in California?
Just California.
Just California?
Yeah, there are certain states like Colorado is good, New York is good, Texas, different kind of program, Illinois, but starting to take shape across the country.
New Mexico.
Yeah, New Mexico, yes, yep.
All right, nice
So,
to meet
yeah,
you.
you too.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello. I'm doing good, sir. What do you guys do? Sell here?
Sorry, what was that?
What do you guys bring here?
Okay, so we have a series of plant sensors that will go on the tree and monitor trunk shrink and swell throughout the day to give you a performance of the tree, and we can tell you when your trees are seeing stressed or when they are not, so you can base your irrigation off of that.
This is your card?
Yes.
Anybody in the...
So your name is Matthew?
Yes.
Okay.
So you put sensor on the ground?
So we have a soil moisture probe that we install in the field, a set of trunk dendrometers that go on the tree to monitor, and then an irrigation pressure sensor to monitor water applied. So it varies depending on your field and what you're looking at. Some people like to apply additional sensors and some people use less. Typically it can range anywhere from $35 to $55 an acre. And then some people will go higher than that if they, would like to, increase the amount of sensors.
It's like a subscription or you sell them?
It's a subscription, so we install, maintain, remove, and do all the work with the sensors.
So labor work all yours?
Yes.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
All right, you as well. Thank you.
You got the water back there. We got a lunch ready already.
Hello.
And
Yes, good. So you guys sell Ford here?
No, we sell John Deere.
John Deere? Oh, I thought it was Ford. How much it will cost?
How much does what cost?
How much it will cost?
A brand new John Deere?
Yeah.
About $130,000.
130?
Yeah.
With a cab.
With a cab.
It's expensive than Holland, right?
Yeah. Far more expensive, far better tractor.
So what is the difference like for this and that?
Well, different horsepower ratings, better hydraulics. More torque on the motor. The PTO power is higher. Your engine doesn't derate when your PTO is engaged and when you have a load on the motor. that, like I said, hydraulic flow and then the different valves. Deere is exclusive with having 3 valves and having different modes on each of the valves, which are the red or the blue, green, and brown plastic covers you see there.
It's a dust proof?
Yes, these cabins are dust proof. These cabins are extremely nice. These are the 2 highest end cabs in the market. You have an exact cab here that's painted green, and you have a key dollar cab, which is here, which is all stainless. So very high quality, all LED lights. These are all pretty loaded cabs with surround lights, so you can see good at night. Charcoal filters. And
so you give free this stuff with this?
What was that?
This stuff extra cost?
Yes, it is. So this is called a Barella rake, and what this does is it rakes the sticks into the center of the row when you hedge, so you can come through with a shredder and shred with one pass after one pass of this instead of having a hand crew go in and stack it all by hand. And then this is a shredder mower hybrid. So what this will do is it shreds your mummies, which are nuts that stay on the tree after harvest, and then what that does, it eliminates navel orangeworm, which can raise profit margin by eliminating a spray or bug damage and allowing you to bring in your full poundage. This mower is about 35 grand, and this rake is about 27,000.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. Yeah.
Let's make a video of this.
Yeah, go ahead and open the door if you want. You can
okay.
Get in it and check it out.
Okay, thank you.
We have renewable demand for California almonds. Being spent on driving global demand. Reduced tariffs in the UK for California almonds.
Hello. Good, sir. How are you? Not GMO?
No, no GMO.
GMO, okay.
No, the mandarins and citrus is all good. Good production, good return to the grower.
How many years it take to grow a big tree?
In the field?
Yeah.
They mature at 5 years old.
5 years? In a home?
Home? Same.
Same. How much it will cost?
$17.50. We sell, it's all wholesale. So like minimum 100 tree order.
We test.
The sweetest, Tango or Page. This is what you see in the stores right now.
So you are in this picture?
No, I'm not that old.
Hello, sir.
How are you doing?
How are you doing?
Good. We, Roscoe Moss Company, we sell water well casing. All different materials, corrosion-resistant materials, American made, all right here in downtown.
American technology?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Been in business 100 years.
100 years?
Yes, yes.
So,
Anybody wanting a water well?
water well, like they do more.
Yeah, so flow-wise, Gary will put the pump in, but we do the casing.
Oh, you do the casing?
Yes, sir. Yes. So the original construction of the well is the casing,
Casing
and then he'll come in and put the pump in.
So you guys work together, or?
I've worked with Gary for years. Yes, yes, and many other pump companies as well. So
He charge separate, you charge separate?
yes, exactly, exactly.
So one business is connected with other.
Yes,
They
sir.
really depend on each other.
Right, right, absolutely, absolutely.
How much it will cost then?
It depends on what material. So we've got anything from mild steel all the way up to 316L stainless. So it can vary from size.
Is corrosion free, like no life?
So stainless steel is, yeah, it's a 100-year well, but it's also tremendously, expensive. A lot of municipalities, big cities, Los Angeles, Sacramento, they use stainless steel because they don't have a lot of room to drill another well.
Other people use this?
That's stainless as well, yes. But we do have mild steel. We have what they call copper bearing, and then a high strength low alloy, which are all corrosion resistant materials. So
What is this thing?
this is a compression section. So we put that in the well between usually the perforations and the blank, and then if ground subsidence, this allows it to give instead of break the casing. So
And this is your number?
that's my number, my card. Yes.
Okay, I will put this on.
All right.
Thank you very
I
much.
appreciate it.
Nice
Thank
to
you
meet
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Data that you hear about help train
Hello.
to do the paperwork. So that
I'm doing good, sir. Can you tell us more about this thing?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, we're the Oakville Bluegrass Cooperative, and what we offer is a permanent cover crop solution for growers in almonds, grapes, any permanent crop system in California. And the uniqueness of what we have to offer is that it is permanent, so no till. So you have carbon sequestration, and the grass itself is perennial, so it'll pop back up every year, and it's a summer dormancy cycle. So in the summer, when all the water, all the nutrients need to go to the cash crop, whether it's almonds, grapes, or whatever you have, we are completely dormant. And then after harvest is typically when we come back up again. So plant it once, and it's there pretty much forever.
So what is this thing? Programs
That is the seed. Yes.
Not GMO, right?
We have $1 million
No, it's been bred by a breeding company up in Oregon called Radix, and it's very small production at this point. So, and it's produced and grown in Washington, so Pasco, Tri-Cities area.
Merced, San Joaquin, and Stanislaus.
Okay, so it keeps the plants very good.
Conservation cover.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it doesn't compete with the plants. It's basically a way to protect the soil and require no maintenance. So it's like you're doing healthy soil practices without actually having to invest a lot of time and not have to sort of actively manage another system. And by having a cover crop, you get all these benefits where you don't have as much erosion or dust coming up when you've got tractor passes. And by having a root system constantly there, it protects the soil and it provides a better sort of environment.
This grass, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah,
so very
exactly.
low growing too, about 6 to 8 inches.
And you guys go to do that, or you just sell this?
We can go out there and seed too. We have an orchard seeder as well as a vineyard seeder, and we're trying to grow a network of people who have seeders that we can provide to our members too. So
Cost per acre?
per acre, right now we're selling it for $2.50 per pound, and our rates are about 100 pounds per acre per seeded acre. So in a vineyard setting, for instance, it's usually 50% coverage. So if you had one farm acre, we're putting down a half an acre worth of seed. So it's more expensive than traditional cover cropping, but traditional cover cropping you till up and then replant every single year. But this is a one-time fee. You put it in the ground and then it'll just continue growing year by year. So the return on investment we're looking at in the grape world, you can actually get the return on the investment within the first year based on labor savings. In almonds and other nut orchards, we don't get quite as good of a return on investment, but we're looking at maybe 2 to 3 years before that's paid for, and then you just maintain it at that point.
So it will be like this side, or it will grow?
No, it stays short. So the only time that it ever gets taller is when it does above ground seed development. So the panicles, which like over here is a closer up of the picture. So this is what it normally looks like when it's growing. These are the bulbs and some of the roots below. And then when it does above ground reproduction, that's the initial stages of the boot and the panicle being developed. And so this can get up to maybe 20 centimeters.
So you guys also do this in home backyard?
You know that we know people that have
I've done it. I've done it in my backyard.
If you want it.
Yeah, it works great, and
less energy to do the cutting, you know.
Yeah, absolutely, and it does have some weed mitigation qualities to it because it grows like a thatch, and it'll kind of choke out some weeds. So there's all the traditional cover crop benefits like she's talking about on the microphone over
less
there.
water, like no more every day.
No irrigation whatsoever. It's just natural precipitation.
So what is the limit to sell this thing, like 100 pounds?
I'm sorry?
What is the limit to like minimum quantity they sell 100 trees?
We don't have a minimum quantity.
So I can buy any quantity?
Yep. If you want to buy a 150-pound bag, we sell them in 50-pound bags, so probably 50 pounds is the yes.
Where I can get this?
Sorry?
What is the address? Where can I get this?
You can get it, so obc.ag is our website, and it's Oakville Bluegrass Cooperative, and that's my card, and feel free to contact me with any questions. And the website's there too, which has a lot of this information.
So I call and give the money online?
We can do that. So basically what happens is we talk about what your the acreage that you're talking about, how much seed you want. We plant in the fall, so it'd be after harvest when you want to put it in the ground, so we have some time. So we can talk about your situation, how much seed you need, if you need us to come in and do the seeding, or if you have your own seeder. And then basically when you purchase the seed, we just hand an invoice to you, and then you could pay online or a check if you wanted to. So we offer however you want to pay for it.
You don't have any warehouse or shop?
No, not really.
Unfortunately.
We'll hopefully get to the point where we have some distribution sites, things like that. We're not there yet. We're still pretty young.
From Home Depot, Lowe's,
Tractor
Supply.
Yes.
Maybe someday, but not right now. All right.
All right, nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you. Are you a farmer then too?
I'm a truck driver.
Truck driver. Okay.
So let me.
Hello, my name is Tilly, and I'm here promoting healthcare for Adventist Health, the Madera Ranchos Clinic. We do have several clinics in the Central Valley for all your healthcare needs. Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Pollinator Alliance. Hello. Can you tell us more about this program?
Yes. My name is Nicole, and I work for the Almond Alliance of California. And we're here today promoting the Pollinator Alliance. We've partnered with Great Valley Seeds in a grant that's funded by CDFA that promotes bee habitat for California almond growers. So basically, you sign up on our portal. Great Valley Seeds and I will contact you. They will plan out a habitat for you. We will send out the seeds. And we do bee-friendly training and IPM training as well. And it's a 3-year commitment. You just send the pictures of your habitat in every 3 months and send proof of life. And yeah, it's pretty easy.
It's not GMO, right?
What's that?
It's GMO modified?
No, well, it's a grant from CDFA, so it's free money. So yeah, so Almond Alliance and Great Valley Seeds together got together and made the Pollinator Alliance.
But these seeds are non-GMO?
They're California native seeds. So
Native seeds,
yeah,
like,
yes.
not modified.
Right. Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
California native.
Nice to meet
yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello. What is this thing, sir?
This is the bee home here, the bee home 4. Yeah, so in here you have 8 colonies, and each is gotcha, just like a normal frame, as you would see in a beehive. And then yeah, we put bees in it. Kind of the same system as a regular hive, and you have your entrances down here, the bees fly in and out of it. These are remote controlled entrances that can open and close.
So we need to hire a beekeeper, or you guys will come and...
We are the beekeeper, yeah. So it'd be just like your regular bee service. You'd say, hey, I have 10 acres, 100 acres. We'd come out and do the service for you. Yeah, turnkey, yeah. If you need bees, we'll bring them there, take them out.
You guys pay, or we have to pay you guys to buy this machine?
Oh yeah, you would rent it. Yeah, so yeah, you rent it depending on your crop. You know, almonds or blueberries or whatever you need to do.
Yes, sir. It's same like you see the Hollywood movie Bee Man. Just.
Yeah, the delivery guy will be like that.
All right, sir. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Especially in.
Okay, so we're here. This is Flory Industries and Co. Orchard Equipment. We manufacture and sell harvesting equipment, so pistachios, almonds, walnuts, pecans. Main Flory plant is based out of Salida, California, near Modesto, and then Co.'s plant is based up north in Live Oak, California. So yeah, for any of your guys' equipment needs, go Flory and go with Co. Yep, so tree shakers, bin carriers, bank outs, sweepers.
Manufacture the equipment.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, I'm representing the Duarte Nursery. It's a family-owned, operated, 3 generations. We grow almonds, pistachios, and grapevine. We do almonds, all kinds of varieties, all kinds of rootstocks. We do pistachios, a lot of different clones. The mainly varieties like Golden Hills, Lost Hills, Kermans, and the pollinators, Randy Peters. We do a lot of grapevines, a lot of different sizes. You know, like the standard is the 12 inches. We do have the magnums that is like 24 inches, and we do have the overvines, which is the taller ones. And recently we started growing also some avocados, which is the ones on that end. Avocados has, yeah.
Good here, this soil is good.
You just have to take care of them when they're little, like painting them for sunburn protection. But that's what we do. We do a lot of almonds, a lot of pistachios, and grapevines.
And you sell these plants too?
Yes, we do sell them all. Yeah.
You sell in bulk or?
Yes.
For home brew?
Yes.
How much per plant?
The almonds they're about close to $10. The pistachios like 16 to 24. And the grapevines berries depends on the size, like $4.50, $5.50, $8, the taller ones, and the avocados like $30.
All right, sir. Nice to meet you.
Okay, nice to meet you. Thank you.
Hello, sir. So tell us more about this thing.
You want to go in front of your banner? I appreciate you standing in front of mine.
Well, I'll move over there. Well, thanks to the kindness of the PAGG Punjabi American Growers Group, they reached out to me. I'm Don Wright. I publish waterrights.net. It's an ag irrigation service, and I've been on your show a few times, on your station, and had a chance to talk. This is Hark and Harm. And they are working with the the California Water Institute located in Fresno State. They're working on a survey of the Sustainable Groundwater Management System. This is Paige Gilligan. She owns Risk Mitigators Advisors. She's also working with us on the survey. So this is kind of just a great opportunity for us to get out and get to know the Punjabi community better.
What is water policy?
Water policy is how are the laws interpreted, how are they written, how are they interpreted, and how are they implemented, would be a good way to describe it. There's a Sustainable Groundwater Management Act, for instance. That is going to reduce the amount of groundwater that we can legally pump. And it's going to place exorbitant fees, prohibitive fees. It'll be so expensive you won't be able to use it. And it could conceivably take 1 million acres out of production here in the San Joaquin Valley if it's not dealt with.
So you make new creeks?
No, that's just a photo of
Okay,
just a photo of a canal. No, I'm a reporter. I write reports about water and what's happening with irrigation in California.
And you find who use more water, you find them too?
Yeah, I mean, I know some of the people who are the bigger users and who aren't. But
then you report them?
Not exactly. I go to irrigation districts and water districts, and I kind of cover that nexus between water being a public mineral until it's implemented as a private use for the grower. So I don't do anything with municipal water or anything. Yeah.
Your name is Don?
Yes, sir. I'm Don Wright.
Okay. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So you make good money with this?
I don't know about good money, but I make a living.
Oh, you make a living. That's nice.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving me a chance to have a word.
Yeah, it's my job to do.
Yeah, I know. I'm a reporter too. So.
Yeah, all right. Thank you. Nice to meet you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Farmers and in certain areas where their heart is hit, like SGMA and other state regulations that have impacted agriculture. And so those are some of the things that we are having conversations right now in Sacramento. And if you guys have other ideas as to what we can do, we are happy to also have those in our
drill a hole? You drill a hole?
Maybe this quickly translated.
We put it in about a foot.
ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਨਾ ਕਾਫੀ opportunities ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੀਆਂ ਇਸ ਮੋਡਲ ਨਾਲ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਨਵੰਬਰ
It's hard to say whether or not we have an oversupply or not when we don't know what the demand truly is. So step one is to find true demand. Have those participants start reporting. It's very common in the wheat and corn industry at the CBOT to have a commitment of traders. If you've gone out and sold hundreds of loads of almonds or walnuts and you're not telling us, well, that is very relevant information to the market. in terms of what to do.
And that is what we faced when we came into the last harvest. We had
Hello, sir.
COVID.
Hello, sir. Sir, can you tell us more about this program?
Yes. Hello, my name is Samlain Jetsuriyama. I'm a county executive director out of the Kings County office. But we are part of the Farm Service Agency, a department under the USDA. What we do is we provide financial assistance through disaster farm programs to producers throughout California. We also provide this NAP insurance program, which is technically crop insurance for crops that are not covered in your county as well. But we also the keeper of farm records, in which you are established yourself with us, and you can be able to participate in NRCS programs as well. And then we also provide through the Farm Service Agencies farm operating loans and farm ownership loans as well.
You guys are a government agency?
Yes, we are a federal government agency. Yes.
You also hiring?
Huh?
You also hiring?
Yes, we also have throughout the state of California, we do have open positions for county program technicians. You would have to go to usajobs.gov in order to see the qualifications necessary for those positions.
And you do insurance?
Yes, it's not technically called insurance. It's called the non-insurance program. Okay. All right. Is there any other questions you may have?
Just do tell me which I didn't ask from you.
Huh?
Any important question that I'm missing from you?
And so we do have our programs. We do help out new beginner farmers or women or socially disadvantaged farmers or minority farmers. When they do participate in our programs, you get a 15%. There's often a 15% increase in the payment rates, the financial assistance. Or if you participate in the non-insurance program, the basic minimum coverage is waived. Premiums are waived. And also, if you are going to buy up on the premiums in the non-insurance program, they are 50% off for crop insurance, technically. Financial assistance in these crops. Yes. Okay. No problem at all. You're welcome.
Source of revenue for our farmers, and so those are some of the things that we're looking
Hello,
at.
you guys are same?
Similar.
Can you tell us more?
Oh, sure. So we're part of the USDA. We're the NRCS, the National Resource Conservation Service. What we do is provide financial assistance to farmers who utilize some of our programs, and all of our programs are they address resource concerns such as like soil health or air quality or water issues.
Free of cost?
Yes, it's free. The program's it's a federal program. So yeah, we have Farm Bill funding, and so the farmers will come and you can apply. We'll come out to your land and we'll see your farm, see what we can do to help you with certain programs. So it's like we can replace tractors. If you have an older tractor, to get a newer tractor that's less polluting, or if we can do cover crops and compost to help with soil health, things like that. So
you replace the old tractor free of cost?
Yeah, it's based off of the horsepower, so we pay on the amount of the horsepower. Yeah, but it's not like 100%. It cost shares usually around 70%, 80%, depending on what you're getting. But it's good. It's a comparable program to what the Air Board has.
So you also work with air quality?
Yes, for some of our practice is to address air quality. So like the tractor program, we also have like road oil and whole orchard recycling. So instead of burning your orchards, we help cost share the pay to chip the orchard and incorporate those chips back into the soil.
Can you tell us more about that area?
So we service the entire state of California, and it's just broken down into different areas where you're located. So if you're in, Madera, you'll be in Area 3, and each county has their own service center. So Madera County has an office, Merced County has an office, Fresno. So you just go to your local.
Hello, sir. Sir, can you tell us more about this table?
Yes, this is all about Congressman John Duarte. He represents the 13th Congressional District, and we're trying to re-elect him. He is for getting water on the farms and bringing good paying jobs to our Central Valley.
Oh, so he is a senator, current senator?
No, he's a congressman representing the California 13th Congressional District. Yes. Yes, I'm going to vote for him. Yeah, I hope you all vote for him. vote.
When is the voting?
Yes, election day is November 5th.
November 5th?
Yes.
Thank
All
you,
right.
sir. Thank you
No,
very
thank
much.
you.
You will win.
All I have is soil. If soil builds up in here, the soil.
How deep that goes in there?
A foot.
1 foot.
You get like 5 inches coverage, and then that's it.
Okay. So you think that any roots and stuff not gonna get through in there?
Roots will get through, but it's not going to stop the
Once it
water.
get through, it's gonna stop. No?
But it's not. Why? Why will it stop? If all it's a drip, I'm just dripping down there.
Okay.
Why is it going to stop? Why? It's not. This will stop because of your system of the soil. But
There is a dripper inside over here?
no, it's right here. It's at the surface.
Oh, that goes to the main hose, huh?
I work full time. I developed this product. I have a patent.
Okay, so this goes to
So
the
this-
big trees
this
like
one
almond
farmer-
trees, right?
Almond, citrus. This one farmer was already using a similar product.
How many rows you use on one tree?
2 on a mature tree.
One on one
But
side,
if
one on the
if
other
you're
side?
planting new, just one.
So either way, either side, huh?
Either side.
Dr. Caitlin Peterson.
How far you want me
is
to
from
draw?
A foot and I believe you should go 18 inches from a baby tree. So say you plant and you already have the dripper. Like I'm gonna put a dripper. I'm gonna let the roots establish for a month on the dripper. Then we bring this in, and then we get the deep
Then
root.
use this and
Exactly.
Put
That's
foot
what
and a half away
this
from
farmer,
this, right?
this sells right here, 65,000. It's Jackson Farms in Kingsburg. Mike Jackson.
Okay.
He was already using a similar product, but he wanted
Okay,
to
in the
know.
meantime, we're gonna go
He had
ahead
one question.
and
He's like,
introduce
Gabriel, do
our
I get lateral
other
movement? You do.
speakers
We
today.
had
Dr.
moisture
Hasan
at 4
will
feet
yell.
from the center. 4 feet.
He's from
That means I have
CFA.
8-foot ball of moisture.
I want
So as you can see in the picture, this is subsurface irrigating. So right now for a living, I schedule for growers. Week to week we probe, and sometimes we'll tell the farmer to run a 24-hour run. So they're putting an inch of water on in one day, and sometimes that water takes, by the midweek, after 3 days, that water hasn't even passed a foot. So with subsurface, because we're bypassing the top layer, we're avoiding that high heat. We're putting water lower, and we're putting it directly in the root zone. So that means there's no evaporation loss. And that evaporation loss is our savings, because saving water, saving 50 to 60%. So there's already farmers who are using this method and having great success.
How much you charge per acre?
So per acre, it depends on how many trees, but if a farmer right now with me buys over 5,000 units, it's $1.35 each. And it's really affordable. It's a great product, and it's working. Farmers who have the courage to do something new, they're having the savings right now, and it's great.
So you don't need to make big pipes, just this thing.
Nope, you can if you already have a system, we can cancel out your fan jet, put in your sprinkler, and we can install this. Yeah.
It's the same.
So we got a little trial right here. This is putting on at the same rate, 2 gallon per hour dripper, 2 gallon per hour, and the water is not on the surface, it's subsurface. It's deep. Yeah, it's getting deep.
It's very important to save water.
It is, especially for farmers who are, a lot of farmers are on white land. All they have is groundwater. This is saving them. This farmer right here, this 65,000 units, in 6 months, that's 65,000 baby trees. He's farming land that he wasn't farming before because he couldn't. But now because of this method that's working, he's farming land that he couldn't before. So it's, yeah.
All right, sir. Very nice.
Hey, thank you.
Specialist with the Department of Water Resources. I brought with me today Chris Rivera. He is an engineering geologist. I also act as a regional coordinator, and we are located in the South Central Region office, which is in Fresno. So our role with Sigma is to communicate and engage with the local agencies and the public. So we do things like this presentation. So my role as a regional coordinator is actually a neutral party, and I primarily provide planning and technical support. So we do a lot of work with local agencies in our region. So this presentation is going to provide a very high level, very brief overview of the Sustainable Groundwater Management Act. You've heard that called SIGMA, and then what the department does to support our local agencies. And then we brought some brochures. Actually, there are some brochures available in English and in Punjabi for more information on the Sustainable Groundwater Management Act. So if you want more information, we did bring some along with us. California entered into a new era of groundwater management with the passage of the Sustainable Groundwater Management Act, or SIGMA, in 2014. So the goal of SIGMA is to ensure that our most important groundwater basins achieve a balance between use and recharge to avoid adverse impacts on our communities. So the foundation of the packages of bills that make up SIGMA is that groundwater management in California is best done locally. So it's done through what we call groundwater sustainability agencies, we call those GSAs, and the implementation of a groundwater sustainability plan. You might have heard it be called GSP. So over 260 new government agencies were formed in 2017. So the department is actively working with these new government agencies to ensure successful implementation of SIGMA. And SIGMA also granted powers and authorities to these new agencies in order to implement their plans. So to start, there needs to be groundwater for SIGMA to apply. So there are 515 groundwater basins that's shown on the first slide. Those basins are shaded in a light blue. And basin priority determines which provisions of SIGMA apply in a basin. In addition, the department also considers the health of a basin. So we've identified some basins as critically overdrafted basins. So SIGMA applies to all basins. However, those that are high and medium priority have specific parts of SIGMA that are required. So those that are high and medium priority had to have a groundwater sustainability agency formed and then be managed through a locally developed groundwater sustainability plan or an alternative to a groundwater sustainability plan. So of the 515 groundwater basins, there are 21 critically overdrafted basins. These are shown on the last figure on the slide in the red hatch. So more than 62% of the groundwater is pumped in just these 21 basins. So if you think about it, more than half of our groundwater is used just in these 21 basins. The other 94 high and medium priority basins are shown in the middle slide, shaded in the yellow and orange, and they account for around 90% of the state's groundwater use. So groundwater sustainability agencies have been formed, groundwater sustainability plans have been adopted and submitted in all high and medium priority basins. The groundwater sustainability agencies have to submit annual reports, and then approved plans have to be periodically evaluated by the department and the groundwater sustainability agencies at least every 5 years. And then the groundwater sustainability agencies have 20 years to achieve the sustainability goal in their groundwater sustainability plan. And if any of these requirements are met, the state can intervene. So SIGMA entrusted local groundwater sustainability agencies to improve groundwater management through the new authority and local control that they gained. So these new agencies that were formed had to have either a water or a land use authority. So they could be made up of local agencies like a water district or an irrigation district. They could be a city or a county. They can be a combination of agencies. And each GSA has a very unique governance structure. So the groundwater sustainability agencies were provided with those powers and authority. So they have the ability to do things like register groundwater wells, mandate extraction reports from individual wells, regulate groundwater extraction, and even fallow lands. And the GSAs have a local fee authority in order to fund their activities under SIGMA. So what's really unique is that there are 2 state agencies that were tasked with implementation of this legislation. So we have my department, Department of Water Resources, and we also have the State Water Resource Control Board. So they are 2 very different agencies. We have different missions. We have a different organizational structure. We just have a different way of doing business, and we have different things that we try to do. So in our department, we primarily provide technical assistance, but we also have a little regulatory role under SIGMA. but the enforcement agency is the State Water Resources Control Board. So the department was tasked with developing and adopting the Groundwater Sustainability Plan regulations and to provide GSP guidance. And then the department was tasked with evaluating the groundwater sustainability plans for substantial compliance to the regulations, and we have to do this within 2 years of receiving a plan. So the groundwater sustainability plan, as actually described in the regulations, everything that goes into a plan has to be done. It's in Article 5, so if you want to know exactly what goes into a plan, I recommend that you go to the regulations and look at Article 5. But I like to use this kind of figure to describe what you should expect to see in a groundwater sustainability plan. So you should expect to see very detailed administrative information as to who is going to be implementing the plan. It'll describe the basin setting and the groundwater conditions in the basin. And then the key to sustainable groundwater management is to avoid 6 sustainability indicators. They'll be addressed within the GSP, and they're known as the sustainable management criteria. So they'll be discussing where there's potential for undesirable results for each sustainability indicator, and then provide a monitoring network in order to monitor to avoid these undesirable results. And then they're going to describe how these agencies are going to work towards sustainability by developing projects and management actions. And these can include things like groundwater recharge, alternative water supply projects, demand management, and then reducing groundwater use through allocations or even water trading programs. So we have 101 basins that are being managed under a groundwater sustainability plan or an alternative to a groundwater sustainability plan. We also have 30 adjudicated basins. So these 131 basins are being managed and submitting annual reports every April 1st. And there are, this accounts for around 98% of the groundwater use across the state. So as of today, we have received 120 groundwater sustainability plans. We've actually gotten 8 groundwater sustainability plans from low and very low priority basins. These basins voluntarily did a groundwater management plan, or groundwater sustainability plan. And we got 47 groundwater sustainability plans from politically overdrafted basins, and then 65 from all other high and medium priority basins. And then we have 9 approved alternatives, and they actually had to do their 5-year periodic evaluation. So we've received that. So we are currently reviewing the alternative periodic evaluations and then looking at the low, very low groundwater sustainability plans. And so what we're going to find is that we're going to evaluate this, and they're going to be one of 3 determinations. It's either going to be an approved plan with recommended corrective actions, an incomplete plan with required corrective actions, or an inadequate plan. So to date, we have 71 approved plans. These are shown on the figure. They're shaded in a green shade. And then we have 13 basins that are actually going through the incomplete process. They have 180 days to address the required corrective actions. These are shaded purple on the slide. And then we have 6 basins that were determined to be inadequate, and they are currently going through the State Water Resources Control Board for enforcement. We have 1 basin that's been put on probation so far. These are shaded in a light blue on the figure. But regardless of how these are determined, agencies should be continuing to implement their plan because they still have to achieve their sustainability goal within that 20 years. So that timeline, regardless of determination, the timeline is not going to change. So they should be continuing to fill data gaps and improve the understanding of their basin, and those approved plans are going to be doing the periodic 5-year evaluations. So the Sigma portal is a depository for all the information that the department is required to receive from groundwater sustainability agencies. And this is the place where the public can go to get all the information. This is where you could go if you're not sure what basin you're in or what groundwater sustainability agency you have. You can go here to find that. At the top menu, there's the GSA. There's a pull down that comes down, and you can see a GSA map viewer, and you address into the map, and it'll point you right to your basin and provide your GSA. This is also where the groundwater sustainability plans are posted, where the alternatives are posted, where the annual reports are provided, and then the groundwater sustainability plans, and then where the periodic 5-year evaluations are going to be. So I also want to mention that the department receives public comment on all of those. So if there's something you want to share with the department, concerns, successes, you can provide that on the Sigma portal. We actually consider every single public comment we receive in our review of all those documents. So in addition to planning and technical support, our agency provides financial support. So we are actually providing support through the underrepresented community and small farmer technical assistance program. I thought you guys might be interested in this one. It identifies the needs, risks, and vulnerabilities of these communities with respect to Sigma implementation. And we are actually taking comments on the definition of a small farm. So if you want, there's a QR code there. You can click that. It will take you to a survey. We're taking the comments through June 30 on the definition of a small farm. And then we also provided a handout of that in Punjabi and English. So there's various ways to receive information from the department. Our website's the best place to go if you're looking for information. But we also have an email listserv that sends out periodic updates. We provide event notices and a lot of the information on our findings and results. Okay, I can take any questions.
Amanda, thank you very much. And I have a PAGG member, they have a question, but I have a question too, but let Vice President and give a question. My question is, since all the government and you guys have the information about what kind of soil we have, what kind of water we have, and you guys are enforcing the farmers, or you have to do the well test, you cannot pull the water like that, when you guys are dumping a lot of water in the ocean, not controlling the water. In a 2 year, we don't have a drought. You guys made a drought that by not controlling the water, not having enough ponding basins, not having enough dams or these kind of sources. So don't post us too many rules and regulations when this is a government job to find out where the level is. And individual people check the well water level, check the well water. This is a government job. They need to check it. That's why we have a government. Thank you.
So we're just a planning agency. So before Sigma, we didn't have any regulatory role. We only had safety of dams. So our agency is in a unique position because we didn't have a regulatory role before Sigma. So we pretty much are, our agency, we have the Oroville Dam, we have the State Water Project, we have many water projects, we send water all the way down to Southern California. So kind of get to that question, what our agency is doing to try to help the local agencies, because the local agencies, I hope you guys understand, the groundwater sustainability agencies, they are the ones with the power and authority to regulate groundwater. The state, well, the Department of Water Resources did not. The State Water Resource Control Board can, if a basin is put on probation, if they choose so. So they're in the process of doing that with those 6 inadequate basins. The big thing here to say, I think, is that the state has, that second slide I showed you, limited surface water storage. Our greatest advantage in the state is our groundwater in storage. If we can store in the ground, that's the best place to put our water right now. And so one of the things the department is doing is providing financial assistance and support, and we've been doing this the last few years, to allow agencies to create permanent groundwater recharge basins. And so we're capturing the flood flow as it's coming down, because we don't have enough storage to capture all our flood flows in years that are very wet. In normal years like now, our basins are at capacity, we're able to provide the water that we can that's there now. But in years when it's very wet and there's just water pretty much everywhere, what we're trying to do is encourage local agencies to take the flood water and recharge the ground. And we're providing financial assistance for them to be able to do that. So our agency, that's pretty much what we're limited to be providing.
Amanda, thank you very much. And we don't have any more questions, but I gotta just want to comment. I want to just add on you. You gotta take my message with you when you go to Sacramento. Sacramento needs to change the policies, procedures, because I'm in the white area. That's my comment. Because it's not no drought right now. We got a bunch of water just going through the drain right now. And we just wasting the water right now. They don't have no system to control the water. We need a dam, increase the dam level, because the Shasta Lake Dam is supposed to be go up another 42 feet. They built in 1942. Nobody take care of that. We have a lot of comments to say there, but we just want to give you the message. Hope you take the message to the Sacramento. They need to work with us and not to force us. We already are going to all bankrupt all these farmers. But thank you for your time. Welcome to you here. You listen to us, and thanks. 45 minutes the most. But then we have a lot of gift again. Well, let's get Don going on to your discussion, and we got a lot of giveaway gift after this.
Let's invite the next panel here. We have our moderator, Don Wright from Water Rights, Dr. Anita Chaudhary from CSU Chico, Johnny Amero, Friant Water Authority, Cassie Chauhan, FID, and Crystal from Magzon.
You're not going to do the drawing right now? Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. Thank you. Excuse me. Thanwad Shi. I'm trying, guys. I've been, and I definitely, I want to thank Archie. I want to thank Jasper. Where did he go? Jasper, too. Both the Jaspers. Thank you for letting us be here. We heard from Amanda from the DWR, and I'm hoping that I've got some really good smart people here with me, and we're going to try and show what is it like when what floats downstream from Sacramento lands here. And I'm going to ask each of the panelists to introduce themselves, but first I need to tell you, this is not Johnny Amaral. This is Austin Ewell. Johnny couldn't be with us, so there's been a slight change in the program. But Austin, why don't you introduce yourself and start through and pass it on. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Austin Ewell. Though Johnny Amaral is also a phenomenal human being, I'm glad to be here in this place. Thank you very much for having us. I'll give you a little bit of who I am and what we're working on. I serve as the executive director of an organization called the Water Blueprint of the San Joaquin Valley. And a number of the questions and comments that were raised in the previous panel, including the previous speaker, our organization was established to look at solutions for the San Joaquin Valley. And in particular, focusing in on those issues and concerns faced by a lot of the white area growers. Those areas that don't historically receive surface water or haven't been able to receive flood flows or other water resources in order to allow for recharge. And so our organization is looking at common sense solutions, looking at ways to potentially bring more water in excess times from the delta north to the south, and looking at additional opportunities to store water near the San Joaquin Valley so that water resources are available for you and for the essential agricultural production that you provide. And so we would welcome your involvement in the future and happy to provide additional information, and I'll pass on the mic to my wonderful colleagues.
Hello everyone, my name is Anita Chaudhary. So, Assalamu alaikum, Sat Sri Akal. Hello. I'm really grateful to the PAGG team for including me in this. I think Steve, when he was here a second ago, Steve Blumenshine, he mentioned, there you go, there he is. He mentioned our project, so I hope to talk to you a little bit more about our project, and I hope our students are here in the audience. I'm an economist. I'm really interested in understanding the agricultural economy of California and how water distribution affects it. And Sigma has been a big change. We've been hearing about this all day. So most of my research and teaching is about the water economics. So I hope to talk to you more about that and some of the research projects that we're working on.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Sasidik Gajis. I'm Cassie Chauhan. I am 2 for 1 You get 2 when you get me because I'm the Special Project Manager for Fresno Irrigation District, and I'm also the Executive Director of the North Kings Groundwater Sustainability Agency. Thank you so much for lunch. Thank you so much for being out here and hearing about all the exciting things that are happening. I really am going to spend a few minutes today talking to you about how Sigma impacts the local farmers, particularly within Fresno Irrigation Districts, boundary, and in the Fresno County white areas that we're responsible for in the North Kings GSA. So we have some resources, we have some programs that we're going to be talking about. So as we get into the discussion, I will share some information on that, as well as I have some materials with me if anyone is interested in getting some of those materials afterward. I'm happy to distribute those. Thank you.
Good afternoon, I'm Crystal Tufankshin, and I'm from McMullen Area Groundwater Sustainability Agency, and we are a total white area, so we have a lot to accomplish to bring our landowners to groundwater sustainability. That's what we're working on diligently. We're going to get into, as Cassie said, some more of that and the impacts, especially on the white areas and what that's, how that's affecting you. So look forward to the discussion.
Okay, thank you everybody, and I really appreciate you, for myself, for being here. Thank you very much, So, I know that Austin is in a bit of a hurry. He's filling in at the last minute. Today is his wife's birthday, and for you married men know that for him to take time from that celebration. So, one of the solutions, and about myself right quick, I have been a reporter for more than 30 years, and I have been covering agricultural irrigation water in California for about the past 20, and for almost 10 years now, I've had my own publication called waterrights.net, which it's a free subscription. All you have to do is go to the website. I've been fortunate to work with PAGG some here on this. I've seen a lot of stuff come and go, but one of the things that I find the most exciting is the water blueprint for the San Joaquin Valley. And the reason I do is it's a solution. It's very easy to identify a problem, much more difficult to identify a solution. So I'd like you to talk to us a bit about what are the benefits of the blueprint? How can these good folks become involved?
Thank you, Don. I appreciate the very positive comments and encouragement and your involvement. So the Water Blueprint for the San Joaquin Valley, as I'd mentioned, is a volunteer organization. A number of the individuals up here participate in it. We have organizations throughout the San Joaquin Valley, as well as organizations in Northern and Southern California. And simply put, we're looking at what viable solutions are there for the valley as a whole to reduce the impacts that we are seeing and will see with the Sustainable Groundwater Management Act. As noted by the previous speaker, that law was passed in 2014 and has required comprehensive groundwater management for the first time in California's history. And in turn, that is causing, at this point, thousands and ultimately hundreds of thousands, if not 1 million acres of productive farmland in the San Joaquin Valley to be removed from regular production. Now, as you would imagine, that has a tremendous impact on the valley and its residents. And so our organization, which is made up of water agencies, water districts, grower groups, commodity groups, farm bureaus, academia, and others, are trying to focus in on 2 fundamental components, looking at storage and conveyance opportunities, as well as looking at modifications in the regulations that limit the amount of water that can move from north to south. And just, by way of simplicity, kind of the 70-30 rule, 70% of the water is in the north and 70% of the population is in the south. And so we need to be able to move water predominantly through the delta. And so there are opportunities like last year and this year where you have massive amounts of flood water, excess water, that could be moved to this portion of California and stored. And the most viable way of storing that water is in the ground. And so we're looking at projects and even partnerships, for instance, with Southern California, who moves water from north to south in the massive California aqueduct, and opportunities to move water in certain years identify the ground in which it can be spread and stored, and then used in those drier years. And so just even last week, an MOU was signed with Metropolitan Water Agency, which represents the majority of Southern California for delivering water. And in that, we're looking at conveyance from east to west, which would allow those flood flows and excess water to be stored. And these are the solutions that we need to come together as Valley residents and propose to the state and the federal government who manage these massive water systems. The way that you can get involved is to participate either as an individual or participate through your farm organizations or participate in your GSAs or your water districts. And you can find information about the organization at www.waterblueprintca.com. And I welcome you taking the time to look at that, and feel free to reach out and get involved.
We also have some brochures back at the at my table, which is next to the yellow forklift there. Dr. Anita, would you talk a little bit about the work we've been doing on the WAVE study and your thoughts on this and how that also impacts the local grower?
Yes, thank you, Don, for that. Do I see Herman Weed and Harkabir in the audience here? Our students?
They're down in my booth.
They're not here.
Harmabir, Huckabir. Here they come, maybe. Here they come.
Do you see the? Oh, okay.
Hey, bring some blueprint stuff with you. And we also have blueprint stuff here. So please, we're happy to give it away.
So thank you, Don, for that. I think this is a great nudge for us. So a lot of these policies and discussions that happen, and I think this today, just listening today, I've been here since morning, just listening to you guys exchange, just confirmed what I've always observed, that when it comes to farming and agriculture, a lot of policies come from top down. And as an economist and a social scientist, I've always seen that there's not that much knowledge transferring from bottom up. So a huge motivation for us, Steve, Don, Paige, all of us to kind of start working on this research was, well, okay, so Sigma is coming down the pike. How is the project, how is this policy even being perceived? How is it even, how much information is out there about this? How much engagement is out there with these ideas? Because as you heard everybody say, Sigma is about local water policy. Well, local cannot happen without engagement. And there are actual barriers to engagement. One of them is language, right? And there are procedures in place that kind of prevent farmers from showing up and participating. And remember, 2014 happens when Sigma gets passed, and then COVID happens, right? And you had to participate in those local meetings. And how is that going to happen? What is Zoom, right? So there were many, many barriers. So a huge impetus for us, our team at CSU Water, was to actually collect data on this. Start collecting scientifically based survey and interview data. So the one thing I want to share with you, and if Harmanveer and Harkabir have found their way.
They're here, yeah.
There they are.
They're over here.
There they are, all right.
They've been instrumental. Well, I'll let you tell. I'm very proud to know them.
We have a really great team, you all. So we're a CSU team. The good thing about a CSU research project is our students work with us like colleagues. So we launched a survey. Cassie and a lot of our local GSA managers were instrumental in talking to us and giving us some information. So we launched a survey of farmers in this area, trying to understand how is Sigma being implemented, how they're getting impacted. And what our students are distributing is these QR codes. We got the survey translated in Punjabi, Spanish, and English, and it's been up. And we would really like you, especially if you're in a white area, grower, to participate, because the questions in there, they're not meant to collect any personal information, any identifiable information, but there is a desperate need to understand how is the farming community experiencing the implementation of Sigma. So please scan the QR codes. It'll just take you 9 or 10 minutes to finish the survey, and it'll collect information from these 5 counties in the San Joaquin Valley about sigma effects. So we are in the process of processing these. Hopefully today we'll get more responses, and putting that information together, Don, and putting it out there will form the basis that PAGG is trying to do, like getting more resources into the community, because those resources are going to build on availability of information from the community. So that's some of the work we've been doing.
Okay. Yeah, and that is I think what's so vital about this. If you don't know what the problem is, if you don't know what you're dealing with, I mean, have you seen the new tax codes? They're crazy. And have you seen the new water law? Oh my God, it's crazy too. We have to know what we're dealing with. Can we take questions at the end? Okay. Cassie, I'm going to leave it up to you to what you want to talk about, but the thing that I find interesting about the North Kings, and full disclosure, I actually live in the North Kings. Groundwater sustain. Knock me off my horse. I'm not. There we go. I'm back on. Thank you. The thing I find that I'm happy about is our subbasin, the Kings subbasin, did not have to go into probation. And I'll tell you right now, a big part of it, you can blame her that we don't have the state board coming down telling us what to do, at least as much. And but Cassie, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Don. That's exactly right. The Kings Basin was approved by Department of Water Resources. So what does that mean? That means that we get to continue to implement our groundwater sustainability plan in coordination with Department of Water Resources, not the State Water Board. And that's really an important a milestone that we achieved. There's a lot of work still to be done, but that was the first milestone, is to get that approval and then continue with implementation of our plan. That is not true for most of the other basins south of here. So it also is a testament to all of the great work and the partnership that we have. In the Kings Basin, we have 7 groundwater sustainability agencies. Crystal and I represent 2 of those, and there are 5 others that span across the entire Kings Basin. It's really hard to get everybody to sit around the table and agree on anything, pretty much. But how to do groundwater sustainability, it's really, really challenging. So to have that distinction as being approved is really good. It's good for us as the managers, but it's really good for all of you who are growing and trying to continue your operations in light of Sustainable Groundwater Management Act. So there's really 2 things that you can do to achieve sustainability. One of them is reduce demand. So stop farming, stop take land out of production, all of those things that will result in a net water savings. The other thing you can do is increase supply. So we are really focused right now, not on the demand reduction piece so much, but in increasing the supply, trying to put as much water as we can into the underground in the years that we have really good water supply. So last year, 2023, everybody had a lot of water. It was a very good problem to have. We were able to put in the Kings Basin about 500,000 acre feet of water back into the underground in a single year. That's phenomenal, because that's the equivalent of a Millerton Lake. So if you've been up to Millerton Lake, you've seen the lake, that's 500,000 acre feet of water that entire lake holds. We were able to put it in the underground so that we have that for that dry year supply. So when we have to turn on the pumps, we can pull it from the underground and have water there to do that. So that's phenomenal. We're also working on some other projects which will increase the supply bucket. There's things like reoperating existing reservoirs. So I know that the gentleman up here talked about needing more dams. More dams in California is really, really hard. It's very problematic because of the environmental sensitivities. For one reason, the cost, the land that's needed, all of those things are very, very challenging. But what seems more realistic is to look at the existing dams that we have up and down the state of California, including here in the local area, and make improvements to those facilities so that we can hold more water. Because we need to be able to hold more water in those really, really wet years so that we can save it and bring it into the system and be able to use it when it becomes dry again. So a lot of effort on that. And then I just want to mention, like, what can you do? Like, these are all things that are happening at the agency level, but you individually on your individual farms, what changes can you be making so that you're set up to be successful along into the future in light of the changes that are happening because of Sustainable Groundwater Management Act? One of them is we are asking everyone within the North Kings GSA boundary to register your wells. That means tell us where the wells are located, so that we have a good accounting of all the wells within the GSA boundary. That's really, really important because it's very difficult to manage what you don't know is out there and what you don't know is taking water from the aquifer. Really, really important. We have a very simple online form. You can go there. If you have any trouble, if you need translation, we've been very intentional about making sure our documents are translated into Hmong, Spanish, and Punjabi. So we want to provide those resources to you. So it's a simple registration form where lat and longitude from your phone, you can get a location, put the information in, and then a few simple questions. Really, really important. The other thing, before I turn it over to my friend Crystal here, is we have some priority funding, and I'm so thankful that I saw my friends from USDA and NRCS and WaterSmart here, because we have some funding available to help you start making these changes on your farm, and that's through the NRCS program. And just within FID, we have $1.3 million to do things like put a meter on your well, do soil moisture sensors, do cover crops, do on-site reservoirs within your property so that you can capture more water even just on your individual farm. So if you're interested in that, I definitely encourage you to sign up for our email list. You can do that at fresnoirrigation.com, or you can also sign up for the North Kings, which is northkingsgsa.com, and sign up to receive those emails so that you get that information up front and you know when those programs are available. It's really, really important to start making those changes now and not wait until the very end to try to start making those changes, because my thought is that if we were to have had another dry year, so we got 2023 and it was really, really wet, but if it was going to be another dry year, we would be in a very different situation. So we've got to stay ready so that we don't have to get ready, and then we can implement those changes as the groundwater conditions are fluctuating and we know when we have to make that change. So 2 things: register your well, start looking at putting a meter on your well, and we have funding and programs available to help you do both of those things. So I will stop there, and if there's more time after, I can share some more.
Thank you. Now this next lady, I love all these folks up here, but I've had, I probably shouldn't say this, but I've had a crystal crush for about 30 years. I've known her quite a while, and I have seen her, she was formerly with the Kings River Conservation District, and I have seen her do some fantastic work with them. I think she's doing a tremendous job with the McMullen area GSA. Now that's over by Kerman. I know there's, I've heard rumors there's a few Punjabis in that neck of the woods, Carruthers and what. So you have one of these projects going in, and anything else you'd like to tell us about?
Yeah, first of all, I like to say my husband's here, so...
Oh, he knows I've had a crystal crush.
Anyway, I really wanted to start out by saying I'm passionate about the ag industry. And I want to tell you that because there's a reason for that related to SGMA. You know the impacts that we're having with SGMA for our landowners. There's the financial impacts, especially for my landowners in the white areas. We have seen land values drop. We know that banks are asking for two sources of water and an irrigation district. We don't have either one of those. So it's difficult to get loans. You're also paying my agency and other groundwater sustainability agencies assessments. So that's another financial impact. You're having operational impacts. Are we going to have you stop pumping so much water? So what's that mean? Do I plant 100 acres or do I plant 90 acres and keep some back just in case I can't water or irrigate with just groundwater? So, and we also know that it's a time sink. You have to come to meetings. You have to learn about this. You have to understand it to really make it beneficial towards you. But now we're learning about the impact about how. How is this going to be implemented? We have talked when we started forming these agencies. We came out to our landowners and we said, okay, local control, local control. That's what you want because the state can come in. And sure enough, now we know the state has come in, as you probably are familiar with. The Tulare Lake Subbasin is now being managed by the state. They're down in the Hanford, Corcoran, Lemoore area. And we know what that looks like. We're beginning to see what that looks like. What it looks like is all those wells where we're voluntarily asking you to register, they have to register. Then they have to register with the state. They don't register with us. So that information is up at the state. And then by July, they have to have a meter or some way to measure their water and then tell the state, this is how much you're pumping. So that is, in addition to that, and including the assessment that you're paying us to help you manage this issue, they're going to pay $300 per well, pay $20 per acre foot pumped. We don't know what's going to continue. This is just the beginning. So we'll know over the next few months and year what it means to be run by the state. So when I say I have a passion about agriculture, I'm your local representative. Cassie's your local representative. We live in your communities. My husband's a farmer. We want to be a part of this because we care about it. When we look at making the groundwater sustainable, we have the goal of putting our landowners in the first equation. The state has the same goal. They want to make groundwater sustainable. Their equation is first groundwater sustainability, and then whatever comes after that. So I just wanted to start out to say local control, and you're fortunate if you're in Madera, in the Westlands Water District, in the King Subbasin. Right now, your local agencies, your people in the community who care are trying to help you deal with this. So you asked about projects. We are, as I said, we're all white area. We have no surface water. We're not as blessed. But we do want to always first look at the supply side. So we do have a couple projects that we've been working on. We had a project in our area by one of our landowners, Don Cameron. He has a Terra Nova Ranch, and he's a real leader in on-farm recharge. We want to expand that in our GSA so that we can have more of our growers do that when we get the floodwaters. Last year, he was able to take 19,000 acre feet and get it back into our groundwater. That's for the whole basin. That's not just for us. When we put that water in, it benefits the whole basin in that region. You know, we would like to think we could get us sustainable sooner than 2040 by projects like that. We also have a water bank. It's a much bigger project. We're very excited about that. That's where we would bring water in from Northern California or Southern California, metropolitan water agencies. Those folks have contract water. There's years when they have lots of extra water, they have no place to put it. We'd like to bank it here in this area, and then they would take the water out when they want it. They would leave behind a percentage of that water. So again, it starts building up that groundwater supply. We have done registration, almost, I would say 90% of our wells are registered. We did that about 2 years ago. Now we're working on meters. And we're requiring meters, but we did get funding from the federal government, so we're doing a rebate on that. Meters and telemetry, because we, as Cassie says, you can't manage what you can't measure. And we particularly need to measure ours because we are given the largest overdraft to solve in the King Subbasin. We have 3/4 of the overdraft that we have to solve for that entire basin. So we have to be really smart about how we manage our water. I'll finish there because I know you probably have some questions.
Yeah, we're getting close to the end of the time, and it's been a good productive day, and we're going to go to a question out here. But first, I received some comments from Jasper that somebody sent them about let the state do its job first before you start punishing the farmers. Amen, brothers and sisters, but that's not how it works. So this is why we're going to have to take measures like the blueprint, like the water banking, like the studies that Dr. Nita is engaging in. But we're all going to work together on it, or it's not going to work for any of us. We've heard that. United you stand, divided you fall. I have a, I'm going to promote myself right quick here, then we'll do a question and then we'll wrap it up. I have a website. You get on that website, you can get a free subscription to Water Reports. I invite all of you to contact me anytime. I don't know very much, but I know a lot of people who do, and I think we've made that evident just looking at the stage. I've got some good contacts. I love the Punjabi community. I love working with PAGG, and we want to have a better connection with all of you. All of us do. And I just want to make sure that's clear. Do we have time for some questions from the audience? Oh, it's www.waterrights.net. That's my last name, WRIGHTS. Waterrights.net. And all these other guys too, you want to do what they say. So we got to, is there another question besides myself promoting? No, I didn't plant that one. No, thank you. Yeah? Okay, God bless you all. Thank you.
The question is,
Oh.
where's the water bank going in the curtain?
Okay.
And how far are we at?
Okay, so the water bank is really pretty much located, if you know the Raisin City area, there's a big cone depression down there because we've done a lot of pumping with no surface water. We have about over 1 million acres, probably 1.8 million acres of storage underneath there. And not only that, the water bank is a combination of basins where we have the sandiest soils, which is on our eastern edge of our service area, which is just west of Kerman and goes out to Westland, so that's a border, Mendota Pool. But so we'll have a lot of our recharge basins there. We'll incorporate on-farm recharge that would also sink water. So it's a canal system that is 84 miles of canals that would cover our entire McMullen area service area.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Don. Good job. And here we're getting close to done now. Thank you very much. We'll do a little recognition present for you guys. Hope you guys like it. And bring the water. That's why we can do this. We can make a trade. How about that? Oh, you like that? Let's take a picture then. Yeah. Make it rain. We need it. We already got a lot of rain. Just need to hold it. Let's take a picture. Then we getting close to done.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. And now, Paji, you want to rifle before or you want to call the member?
No, let's get the members here.
ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਟੀਮ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਰੀ ਦੇਣ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਟੀਮ ਐਸ ਲਗਾਉਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ
ਰੈਕਗਨਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰਨਾ ਮੰਗਦੇ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਕੌਮ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ
ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋਨਿਹਾਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਭਾਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਿੱਧੇ ਜਾਓ ਪਾਸੇ ਚ ਇੱਕ ਫੋਟੋ ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਗੱਬੇ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਤੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਹੋ ਜਾਓ ਬੈਲੈਂਸ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਜੀ ਇੱਕੋ ਜਿਹਾ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਹਾਂਜੀ 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 ਇੱਕ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ